guys, welcome back to this brand new episode of Pool Table Reviews. Today we're at the Globe in Andover. Let's go check it out. All right, so upstairs at the Globe, obviously you've got the pool table here, you've got dartboard, really nice space. This is going to be good for kind of private functions if you just want a quiet game of pool. Yeah, first looks, it looks all right. I've noticed it's £1 a game, so that's the first thing we're going to review. So for the price, it seems like a decent space for £1 a game, but as always, £1 is always going to score a 7 out of 10, so that's what the Globe scores. So as for the balls, it's a common theme we're seeing with the majority of the pubs we're going to, but they're cheap Aramiths, they're dirty, they're a little bit chipped, they definitely could do with a clean, they could do with getting some Pro Cups in here, but for that reason, these are going to score a 5 out of 10. Okay, so as for the triangle, again, we're back to these tight, plastic, cheap racks. Again, these are the worst ones that you can find in pubs. I would always recommend you're going to at least switch out to a Supreme if you're going to use a plastic triangle. The reason being that the balls are all going to move around when you try and lift this up because it is so tight around the outside. For that reason, 4 out of 10. All right, so as for the cues, every single pub we've seen, very similar cues, and this is not an exception. So cheap, damaged tips typically, like this one doesn't have a tip. There's one functioning child-size cue and 3 functioning adult-size cues. Every tip is different. There are some that are bigger and some smaller. There's a rest, which is handy. Don't see that everywhere, but again, they're not in the best condition. Let's just do a quick look to see if they're straight. This one's straight, so it's better than not having a cue at all, but I would always recommend bringing your own. For that reason, I'm going to give them a 6 out of 10. All right, so as for the chalk, it's triangle. Again, we've mentioned this is probably the best budget chalk you can get. It's a little bit worn, but it's plenty, and you're getting plenty on the tip when you play with it. So for that reason, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. All right, so as for the cloth, it's in pretty good condition. There's a little rip here. There's a few marks. It just needs a good brush, really. Otherwise, it's in really good condition. It's a napped cloth, so it can do with an iron as well. And I've just noticed, actually, this isn't something we normally score, but the lights, this middle light isn't working. You can still see the table fine, but I would definitely recommend just replacing that bulb. But otherwise, for the cloth in its overall condition, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. As always with the space, we're going to take a cue and walk around the whole edge of the table to see if we hit any objects on the way. I've got a feeling we won't with this one though, but regardless, Joe, cue the music. Alright, admittedly I didn't see that chair though, but I'm sure Joe will cut that. Oh, thanks mate. If I move that chair, it's a 10 out of 10, and that's why I'm just going to score this. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for space. It's not great. So as you can see, there is a slight roll to the right hand side as I'm standing. It's particularly bad on this side of the table going into this cushion, and you saw when I played up that cushion, the ball hugged the rail, whereas this one, it rolled off slightly. So it could do with being levelled, but it's not terrible. I'm just going to give it a 5 out of 10. Right, so we're going to ditch this tight plastic triangle because I know I'm not going to be able to get a breaking dish with it. And we're going to use the Smart Rack. So again, if you want a discount on this, order it from the link in the description of this video and use the code ATTACKING8BALL5. This will get you a good break, I guarantee it. Oh, there's a chance. So having used the smart rack, I'm now going to try and clear the table. I'm going to be using my own cues for this. I've got my brake cue from Q Pros. This is the Q-Tech SV1 Ghost Edition. And if you use the link in the description, type in the code SIMON10 and you get an extra 10% discount on the current sale price. I'm also going to be using my master cue from Ultimate Pool. Again, if you go in the link in the description of this video and use the code ATTACKING8BALL5, you'll get a discount when you get to the shopping cart once you place an order. Go, don't roll off. Thank you. Dead. Alright, so as you can see, I need a miracle. Play this in the middle, go round all these cushions and somehow end up on that. Be on it, be good. That's a little bit annoying. So irritating. Oh well, right, so no breaking dish today. I did get close, but I need to get used to this table, I guess. But yeah, this has been another episode of Pool Table Reviews. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the next one.